Hello, and welcome to JanusOS. In this video, I will demonstrate how JanusOS uses Google Workspace permissions to help sales teams manage their daily commercial operations, automate follow-ups, schedule meetings, send emails, create tasks, and analyze sales gaps across the customer journey. JanusOS is a B2B sales intelligence platform designed to centralize the commercial workflow in one place. Our goal is to help sales representatives and managers reduce manual work, keep communication cadence under control, identify missed opportunities, and generate more accurate win-loss analysis based on the user's own sales activity. To deliver this experience, JanusOS requests access to specific Google Workspace scopes. These permissions are used only to perform actions explicitly connected to the user's sales workflow inside JanusOS. First, JanusOS uses the Google Calendar permission. The scope calendar.events is required so the user can create, view, and manage sales meetings directly from JanusOS. For example, when a sales representative qualifies a lead and decides to schedule a meeting, JanusOS can create the calendar event, add the prospect as an attendee, generate the meeting details, and keep the meeting synchronized if the appointment is updated or rescheduled. This permission is necessary because meeting creation and calendar synchronization are core parts of the commercial process. Second, JanusOS uses the gmail.send permission. The scope gmail.send allows the platform to send emails on behalf of the authenticated user, only when the user triggers or approves an outbound communication from JanusOS. This is used for sales cadence emails, follow-up messages, meeting confirmations, reminders, and automated communications connected to the user's pipeline. JanusOS does not use this permission to send unrelated messages. The email is generated and sent as part of the sales process configured by the user. Third, JanusOS uses Google Tasks. The scope tasks allows JanusOS to create, organize, and manage follow-up tasks for the user. This is important because sales teams need reminders for future actions, such as calling a prospect, sending a proposal, following up after a meeting, or reviewing an opportunity. When JanusOS identifies a required next step in the sales cadence, it can create a task in Google Tasks so the user does not lose track of important commercial actions. Fourth, JanusOS uses Gmail read-only access. The scope gmail.readonly is required so JanusOS can identify replies and interactions related to sales outreach messages sent through the platform. This allows JanusOS to show whether a prospect replied, help the user continue the conversation in the correct context, and maintain an accurate timeline of the relationship with each lead or customer. This permission is also important for sales gap analysis. By understanding whether a prospect replied, whether a follow-up was missed, or whether communication stopped at a certain stage, JanusOS can identify possible gaps in the sales process and support a more accurate win-loss analysis. JanusOS does not modify, delete, or send messages using the read-only scope. It is used only to read relevant email interaction data needed to display the sales timeline, detect replies, and support commercial analysis inside the platform. All Google Workspace data accessed by JanusOS is used strictly to support the user's sales workflow. The platform does not use Google user data for advertising. It does not sell Google user data. It does not transfer Google user data to third parties for unrelated purposes, and it does not use Google Workspace data to train general artificial intelligence models. The permissions are necessary because JanusOS acts as a commercial cockpit for the sales team. It centralizes tools, automates repetitive sales activities, maintains the communication cadence with prospects and customers, generates insights, identifies operational gaps, and helps companies increase revenue through a more organized and data-driven sales process. In summary, JanusOS uses calendar.events to create and manage sales meetings, gmail.send to send sales emails and follow-ups triggered from the platform, tasks to create and organize commercial follow-up tasks, and gmail.readonly to identify replies, display the sales communication timeline, detect gaps in the sales process, and generate more accurate win-loss insights. Thank you for reviewing JanusOS.